Hi, I'm Kieran Donaghy, and you're welcome to AIB's Rivalries Reignited. It's Tyrone versus Mayo in the All-Ireland final. It's the big one, the one we've all been waiting for, and I'm joined by two legends of the game, Conor Mortimer and Ryan Ricey McMenamin. First up is Mayo's Conor Mortimer.
Back out to Conor Mortimer, go for a goal. He goes for a point.
This nippy corner forward with the famous blonde locks and lethal left peg has given the runaround to many a cornerback here on the hallowed turf of Croke Park. He's played in 2 All-Ireland finals, was the top scorer in the 2006 championship, as well as earning an All-Star. When the counties met, tempers flared. Will it be the same today?
Tyrone in 3 words: hungry, intense and beatable.
Next up, it's Ryan Ricey McMenamin.
McMenamin is out trying to close the options open to him.
Back once again representing Tyrone at GAA headquarters, where he had a 3-from-3 record in All-Ireland finals. A tough tackling, no-nonsense defender who never shied away of getting in the faces of big forwards on his day. Have the old wounds healed from his battles with Mayo?
They are a resilient bunch. Have left a lot of All-Irelands behind them, and hopefully they leave one now on Saturday.
Let's start it off. I'll start with you, Ricey. You still have a bit of the touch of the old beard, but you had the famous black beards. The boys had the famous blonde locks. What was your first sighting of this man, and what was the rivalry like between the two of you, having marked each other?
The rivalry was probably, I know we had...
Don't sugarcoat it now.
I'm not sugarcoat.
Right.
We always thought maybe he was a smaller version of Muggsy. He always liked coming up against the good players and always liked marking the real good players, and he was one of them, and I think it always brought out the best in you, but I don't think he ever got the best of me, but who knows.
Ricey always started with the clenched fist into the ribs.
Yeah.
Get you started. But no, look at, I mean, you know, trash talk was part of the game for every player really, anyone that was trying to get the edge on the guy you're marking, and no different to Ricey. If I got a score after a little bit of mouthing, you know, to be straight over, you could be waving in front of him or you could be, you know, dancing around, but you'd be watching your lugs for the next couple of minutes to see was there something coming in beside you. That's kind of the way it was, you know.
When you were facing this man, what were you worried about? What were you trying to stop him doing to be as influential as you could be for Tyrone, and to stop him obviously with Mayo?
I was trying to stop him score.
Yeah.
Now, it didn't work out all the time, but I knew he had a very good left foot, so, and at the same time I counted it, I knew he didn't like tracking me the other way, so you kind of had to do a mix of both, but at the same time you just had to be real aggressive on him all the time. Every time he moved, you'd been aggressive. Anytime he'd miss, you'd tell him what you thought of that shot or whatever. But just, I think I did torture him a lot of times. I think there's a lot of
That's a great word for it, torture. The modern game, it's all about these attacking cornerbacks bombing up and down the pitch. 20 years ago, there was a certain man doing it across the way from us here.
Yeah.
How did you handle that dilemma at the time?
Look, it was something I didn't like to do, and I probably didn't do, to be honest.
I knew that.
I think that would have been easy for Mickey Hart to say, run up the field, he ain't going to go after you. You know, I was always good at delegating, as in pointing, for someone else to go after him.
But that was the biggest fear, with him not tracking back. In the back of your head, you go, this man, he goes, if we give the ball away, he'll be standing free, waiting you. And then like, he'd score. If you did that, he scored, he'd put the jersey over the head or something. There was a tribute to some pop star.
The rivalry started with Mayo and Tyrone pretty much in the Hastings Cup under 21s many years ago when Tyrone beat us.
Okay.
That team has gone on. We always have said in Mayo that could have been us that have won those 2 All-Irelands, because the majority of that team, it was a very tight Hastings Cup game. All Ricey, Muggsy, all that team, they won 3 All-Irelands obviously throughout that, where we obviously didn't, particularly with the bunch of players, because it's pretty much all the same up through. And we haven't met obviously in the last number of years, bar obviously this game coming up on Saturday.
Where did 08 rank with you?
08 ranked well because of the fact that we'd been on the road. I think we were out on our feet, and we knew Mayo were favourites maybe going into the game. And the lift we got from beating Mayo, because then we said, bang, we're away.
So that was probably the start of our regression, I think, after that Tyrone game. Put us back a long time till obviously John O left and obviously Horan came in, then things started to turn again. But we had 4 or 5 bad years after.
It was just funny, the two teams, maybe we knocked maybe in 08, sent you men in transition, 13 sent us in the transition.
Just something I came across, stumbled across during the week. That's face-to-face defending, you call it.
Yeah.
COVID wasn't around then.
I wasn't even thought of.
What are you going at there now?
Well, that was in 08. In my head, I knew we're struggling here.
Momentum.
So I said we would have stopped it. So I made a beeline for him. He was hard to miss with the blonde peroxide hair. So, and as I say, we could have questions over the hairdresser or barber, but he was given lip as always. And then at that stage, once Trevor came in, then it was a signal for 3 or 4 other throw men to come in for a bit of wrestling and pulling, and we got momentum, swung back to the way we wanted.
It obviously worked at the time, and we didn't get the foothold that we were obviously looking for after that, to obviously push on and try and win the game.
The fans are incredible, the way they get behind you on game day. When you win Connacht, when you lose, if you lose in All-Ireland final, they're brilliant no matter what they are up there, aren't they?
Yeah, the support is huge. They're so hungry for just one win, you know, and it's funny, it's they keep coming back, and you know, the bottom line for Mayo supporters, Mayo players, and just to win it once is obviously all we want to do. The supporters deserve it at this stage.
What about Tyrone, I say, if they get it done? What'll the fans be like?
If you take it over maybe 100 years, we've only won it 3 times, and we've only been to the final 6, I think, altogether. So like, there's a huge love for the game, and probably in Tyrone, if Tyrone weren't in the final, the Tyrone supporters will be going for Mayo. They like to see them, but Tyrone in the final, and like, when Tyrone's in the final, we like to win finals. So
absolutely,
we'd want to win that. But no, it'll be good to see 2 sets of supporters down.
Getting back to the game Saturday night, Tyrone, Ricey, what are the key matchups and what do they need to do to win this?
I do think it's going to be a tight game, and they've really defensively, I think they've got to be brave and back themselves, because Mayo they do go a lot of 1v1s, and they do go at it. We do have to nail Tommy Conroy, his hard running early doors. If we can get that stopped, and if we can get a grip in the middle of the field, do really think that Tyrone kind of hold the aces, maybe even with the bench as well. I do feel we have a stronger bench.
Conor, what do you think? What do Mayo have to get right? What are the key matchups?
So we obviously need to play a high octane game for the full 70 minutes. We've only played in halves in the last 2 or 3 games. You know, the likes of a team you meet in Ireland final, you know, they won't give you that opportunity to get back into a game. The game will be over at half time if we don't play from the first minute to the 70th. Matchup wise, you know, the likes of Myler, Matty Donnelly, P.D. Hart, you know, I think they're probably 3 of the mainstays that Tyrone have. If they don't play well, it'll be difficult to see Tyrone having a full performance around the pitch. If we can play a running game and create chances, I mean, Kerry missed quite a few chances in the semi-final, goal chances. Mayo will go for the juggler. I mean, if Mayo can match Tyrone's intensity and hunger on the day, they could win the game. But if they don't, then it's going to be a very difficult game to win, because you've seen Tyrone's hunger in the semi-final. Ricey,
Tyrone, by how many?
Tyrone by 3.
Confident enough, Mart? Mayo by?
1.
That's it from AIB's Rivalries Reignited. We're all looking forward to the big game on Saturday evening. May the best team win.